So every time Nintendo takes a step towards being awesome, it seems they take a couple steps back. So we've kind of defended Nintendo recently. They are pretty much standing up against censorship. It's really crazy in this time because if you remember back in the day, if you're old enough, if you remember Super Nintendo and even regular Nintendo, but Super Nintendo mostly, the Mortal Kombat kind of stuff comes to question. How they pretty much censored Mortal Kombat. But on the Sega Genesis, you had the full experience as far as violence, and now you see like Sony and even Xbox to an extent talking about censoring their games, and Nintendo's like, we're just gonna let it all hang out. You want to see those tatas? We're gonna go ahead and let you see them. And it used to be, Nintendo don't, Sega does. Well, now Nintendo's just all about it. However, they love their pay pegs. Their pay pigs. They're doing it with the Switch even. Okay, so I'm not talking about the Switch Lite, which I don't understand at all. Who wants it? Who is that for? Like, the main Switch is already mobile. Like, why would you pay $100 less to never be able to hook it up to the TV? Maybe you want it. I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me. I will go ahead and stick to the main one. Great console. I love it a lot. But a lot of cash grabbing going on with that console, particularly in a lot of their games that are pretty much re-released Wii U games. So they're doing a little bit of some shystering there. I can point the finger at Super Mario Wii U Deluxe, and it's pretty much the same game. I guess that's great if you never played it, but I'm just pointing out. Not as bad as this, though. Okay, so played about 15-ish levels of Dr. Mario World Tour, and it's fun. It's got some cool mechanics and ideas, but you very quickly see how the game is making random difficulty spikes to make you want to spend money to move forward. Now, I've only played it for a minute, but if you scroll around on Twitter and just put in Dr. Mario money, you see a lot of people complaining about how the game comes at you for shekels almost immediately. Even Vice put out an article that I kind of agree with that I'll go over, but it looks like what they're doing is try to turn this game into a Candy Crush. So get your wallets out, pay pigs, because Nintendo coming for that money. Nintendo looks to be enjoying that mobile shekel money. It's easy to make, fast to acquire, and all it takes is a simple gacha-style game to rake in all that cold digital cash. Well, it looks like Nintendo's doing just that with the newly released Dr. Mario World, which has a mechanic where you pay $5 to play the game undisturbed for an hour. You literally pay $5 to not have to do anything. That's ridiculous. And this isn't the first thing. Wait till we get to the little bit about Mario Kart Tour. I haven't even covered that, but a lot of people that are playing the open beta have been talking about how that game is a humongous crash grab. I get that there's a lot of money in doing this, but it's really disingenuous to your crowd to do something like this. And it really seems to stray away from the people who love Nintendo. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I'm sure, like a lot of you, it was my introduction to gaming. I still enjoy the games. Let's not, spend an hour talking about how great Breath of the Wild was. Though I did wish that, we had more traditional dungeons in that game. However, they still kind of got some magic. But this is terrible. I don't know who this experience is for, because I really don't see hardcore Nintendo fans jumping on this. I'd rather pay, $10, $15 and just have it. Kind of like Mario Run. We paid $10 for that game, I believe, when it came out, and that was fine. Can't we just do that? But no, they want to do this free-to-play stuff because it makes a lot of money. And there's a lot of gambling suspicions with that. I know usually these games use interval ratios. That's the same kind of rhythm as a slot machine. It's very addicting, and it makes you want to spend. You get very limited reward. It's a very, very shady practice. Destiny actually uses interval ratio for their drops, and that's one of the reasons why some people get really addicted to that game and complain about it at the same time. So we've got a post here from a Reddit user, and he breaks it down on how kind of the quick money scheme works. So for Dr. Mario World's MTX system, he says, Nintendo launched their new mobile game Dr. Mario World today on iOS and Android. The gameplay is similar to the original Dr. Mario for the Famicom, but with your standard free-to-play mobile flares taken straight from the school of Candy Crush. There are various characters that can be acquired through a gacha mechanic, each with a unique power that can be used. There are 3 main currencies in the game: gold, hearts, which are used to play levels, and diamonds, the premium currency. Every time you play a level, you lose a heart. In typical mobile flash fashion, you gain hearts over time or can request them via a clan system. The alternative is to buy hearts, which can only be bought with diamonds. These hearts will run you 10 diamonds for 5 hearts or 30 diamonds for 60 minutes of uninterrupted play, i.e. infinite hearts. That's ridiculous. And that's the mechanic that they were talking about. You pay $5 for an uninterrupted experience for 1 hour. So it's like $5 for 1 hour of gameplay. And this is why I hope that Congress does pass something on these free-to-play games and gets rid of loot boxes, all this garbage, because it is gambling and it is bad for kids because they don't understand what they're getting into. Interval ratios are very addicting. I wouldn't be surprised if this uses something like that, but the free-to-play stuff, very disingenuous, very addicting for people, and I think it needs to go. I would rather pay $20 for this game. I have no problem paying $20 for a good game that I like, and I would have probably bought this for $20, but everything that's coming out for it, I'm just not into it. So the cost of hearts is very high, even for mobile games. As usual, you can't buy the exact amount, either slightly below 30, buying 20 diamonds, or slightly more than buying 50. These diamonds average out around 0.10 euros per diamond, meaning if you wanted to buy the cheapest option of 20 diamonds, it costs $2, equating to $4 or $5 US to be able to play the game for 60 minutes. I think this is insanely priced, and I think it's a shame Super Mario Run didn't have good sales. This is a good point here. Super Mario Run was one of the most downloaded games, but that's the demo version. The actual sales weren't that good on it, and it's unfortunate because I think because that happened, Nintendo decided to stray away from trying to appeal to their core audience and is moving towards more of these Candy Crush people, free-to-play style, so that they can get as much money as they can. I really do wonder if Super Mario Run had sold better, would we be getting a priced version of these games? You know, it's a good question. It's a good question and a good point that he made there. And FE Mobile being a cash cow, which has ultimately run to Nintendo having this business model for their mobile games, it leaves me slightly worried for the Mario Kart game coming out and how steeply Nitty will charge for maps and characters. Do you think this model will work for Nintendo? And it seems a lot of people have agreed with it, as it has at this time, at least of yesterday when this article was published, just 2.2 upvotes. In fact, even Vice wrote an article about it, which I agree with. That they say, don't buy it because it's wasting your money. And for once, Vice actually writes a good article. I can't fault them for doing that. But they say in their article it's $3 for an infinite amount of hearts. It costs 30 diamonds and it's about 3. So I'm not too sure if anybody knows the exact number. The other article said 5. This article says 3. So if anybody knows the exact amount it costs for an infinite amount of hearts for an hour, please let me know. But apparently you have to spend money to even unlock other characters. They talk about playing as Dr. Bowser or Dr. Peach. You have to pay like $5 to unlock it. So they make this point here at the end. It was fun, but it was at this point that I started to get tired of Dr. Mario World, referring to the fact that it costs all of this money to unlock stuff. The core game is so much fun, but I would have rather spent $20 and had the game, its levels, and its characters open to me from the start. And I agree with that. So it's rare. Vice actually agrees. Nintendo is looking for them pay pigs. So this is concerning. I like the idea of Nintendo doing mobile games because clearly the DS is on its way out. Switch is fun for core games, but it is nice to play a game like Dr. Mario, and it's unfortunate that they're doing this gacha cash grab, pay pig style of gaming. I'm hoping that maybe they'll see the error of their ways. Mario Kart sounds pretty bad as well. It sounds like there's a lot of cash grabbing going on in that. Makes me worried for the Zelda game that's coming because I know that there's a mobile Zelda game in the works. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking about Dr. Mario now. Are you still going to buy it? Are you playing it? Do you like it? Do you mind spending the money? Let me know. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're still subscribed. And throw a like up. Share the video if you would to let people know about this, because YouTube is not suggesting the videos anymore. Unless you are a checked channel, I guess, or something. So thanks for watching. Check out my links. Also, got a link to my Twitch. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.